If you have an old deck, and I'm talking about 15 years old or over, and it's not been treated so well, maybe you strained it every couple years, maybe you missed a couple years, and it looks almost half rotted where you don't think it's ever going to look good again, you might want to take a look at a product called Revitalize. It's a deck stain. It's extra thick and it's made for filling in cracks. It's made for decks 15 years and older, and it actually makes them look pretty darn nice. I'm going to show you what this deck looks like. I have a section of it I haven't stained yet. I have a section that I have one coat on, and then I have a section where I did 2 coats. Now it's highly recommended on the back of this that you use 2 coats of this stuff. Now I'll show you the differences, see what you think. Alright, so here's what the deck looks like. That I've power washed it. I've got as much as the old stain off it as I can. You can see there's kind of some parts that are kind of rotted. You got big cracks here and there. Some of the boards are bowed. And we're coming up to, this is 1 coat. This is what I did last night. I'll take a look at the grain structure. You can kind of see where this stuff looks like it's starting to fill in some of the cracks. And if we come down here, this section down here actually has 2 coats on it. So check out the grain on some of this wood. As you can see, some of these boards, almost all of the cracking is totally filled in. I mean, so it almost looks like a solid piece of wood. You can't even really see the grain of the wood anymore. And all this wood down here looks just like that wood did down there. Except this is all still 2 coat. Now coming up to, this is where it has 1 coat on it. So I'm getting ready to put the 2nd coat on this right here. This is what the container looks like. Like I said before, it's called Revitalize, and it's this light restoration for lightly weathered wood, and it's actually made for concrete as well. And you can get this tinted in several different colors. And all you do to put it on, I just use a regular paint tray with a 1/2 inch nap roller. I've got this last third of the deck to do. That's what I wanted to make the video for, to show you guys the differences. It seems to be a very well made product. I'm going to pour it out here in my paint tray so you guys can kind of see how thick it is, and I'll start to roll some on. Alright, so here's a section here I haven't done yet, and this is the section here that I've been working on. I'll bring the camera down real close here so you can see like how much cracks and defects this stuff actually fills in. Now if you look over here at this wood here that doesn't have anything on it, you can really see how cracked and beat up the wood is. Now this stuff being so thick and putting 2 coats on is really going to make this deck look close to new again. I've got my whole deck stained with 2 coats of the Revitalize Restoration Deck Stain. Numbers wise, this runs about $28 a gallon, or about $150 for one of these 5-gallon tubs. My deck is 12 feet wide, 75 feet long. Took about 6.5 gallons to give the whole deck 2 full coats, which is highly recommended because it says on the back of the container. I just need to trim a little bit around the deck railing. I didn't want to get too close with the roller and get any of the stain on the deck rail, and I'm pretty much done. Using the 1/2-inch nap roller, this stuff goes down pretty quick. Now, I was pretty impressed with how much this stuff really filled in the cracks in my deck. My deck's 23 years old, and it really looks like maybe it was done 4 or 5 years ago. This stuff did an excellent job. So hopefully this video and the demonstration I showed you of the 2-coat, 1-coat, and the raw deck will give you a good idea if this is the product for your deck. My personal opinion is if your deck is 15 years old or older, this is probably the right stuff for you. They do make a heavy restoration that is for like a really bad deck. And it actually looks like it has some sort of sand texture in it. But I didn't want that rough surface, and I didn't think my deck was that bad. So just in case you're at the store and you see this, they do make this one here, which is light restoration, and they do make the heavy restoration. Price-wise, they were the same. The heavy one, like I said, just seemed like it has some sand in it or something. It maybe fills in some bigger cracks. So hopefully this video was informative to you, and I thank you for watching.